from a group of Mexican makers, which is just so wonderful and adorable and sweet. And thank you guys so much. First up, I want to say un abrazo para ustedes también. This is so sweet. And this is what we got from them. This awesome card, as well as this Arduino-based badge, and I'll show you what that does in just a second, along with a couple of stickers for Makers GDL, which is the I knew I was gonna mess it up. Guadalajara-based hackerspace. Forgive me, I'm a little bit sick and groggy. And then a couple of other awesome stickers. All of these are the logo for Hacker Garage, which is a makerspace out there. Let's take a look at their website real quick. So we've got Hacker Garage, which is located here. Super cool. Let me see if I can zoom out and give you all a better idea of where it is. So there's Guadalajara, the city, and then it's in the state of Jalisco in Mexico down there. And I went there for Campus Party 2016 representing Hackster and met some really cool peeps. They've got a bunch of cool events going on all the time. And then Makers GDL is this other, this group that apparently started out sort of separate from them, but in the same space, and then they merged and they share members, and it's fantastic. They're both on Twitter, Hacker Garage and Makers_GDL. If you're in the area or you just want to stay on top of what's going on in terms of making in Mexico, they share a bunch of really cool stuff all the time. Plus, there is an article that they have up written by Alexander Hoflich, which actually covers much of what we did in 2016 and has some cool pictures of them and people that I met there. A really cool community, and I would love to support them. Plus, at the same place, I met Andres Savas, who made the Spanish language hacker passport. If you have seen the original by Mitch Altman, which is in English, and you wanted to see one in Spanish, they exist. They did a Kickstarter for this that was totally successful, and now you can still get them, I think, on Crowd Supply or Tindy. But you can totally dig up the link, just Google, Spanish Hackerspace Passport or this. And yeah, go for it. Super cool way to keep track of your own hackerspace travels, which is a wonderful thing. So onto this badge thingy. Let's zoom in a little bit, or get better focus on here. I love this for a couple of different reasons. So we've got, well, first off, what does it do? Well, if we stick it in, this is powered by 2 AAA batteries. It's got both of their little logos on there and the open source hardware logo, which is so cute. Version 0.1, and you can see that this is already flashing its LEDs in sequence. So this has a number of different modes that are super cool. You can push this button to sort of change the mode. So it just switched direction there. This one, it goes all like strobe mode, which is super intense and awesome. And then it goes to, I think, just straight up on. And then I think, you restart again. This other button seems to just sort of reset the sequence, so it goes back to the start. Yeah. So that's probably just a reset button. Then this seems to be a programming port, maybe for FTDI, I'm not sure. But you can see it's got a tiny little Atmega 328 on there. This is, ordinarily, if you're just getting started with Arduino, you might be using the Uno, which has this sort of big Atmega 328 or 168 on there. You might not be familiar with these little square ones that come in these other packages. But these are actually, they're not unheard of. You see them on the SparkFun Red board. You've got one on there. Although they have different, package numbers and stuff. This one is the 1546, I think. Yeah. And then this one on the old SparkFun Arduino Pro, which is kind of vintage at this point. You've got an AU 1313. And then, this guy is a It's actually easier to see it on the camera. AU1722. And you can look those up to see what the differences are and stuff, but I think it's really rad that they're just playing with different packages and stuff, and this is what works for their badge. One other thing that I love about this badge is that it's got your sort of like, oftentimes if you're making a badge for a conference or for a group or whatever, you'll get your PCBs back, and then at the last possible moment you'll be like, oh, something's wrong with it, oh, we don't have time to reorder the PCBs, or it would be too expensive or whatever. And it all is not lost. Pardon. You can do some last minute fixes, which is what we seem to have here. We have a little tiny red wire going from this LED through the buttonhole, actually. Not actually connecting to the button. They didn't solder that pin, if you can see. They cut off the leg there so that they could get this wire through. Focus. There we go. Yeah, you can see that leg is cut off so that they can thread the wire through this hole and solder it onto the resistor, presumably because yeah, the resistor needs to be, like, is coming from the pin. Resistor gets attached to the, you know, positive leg of the diode, and then the negative leg of the diode, if I can get this to go off for a sec, which I think I just have to take out the battery. Oh! Batteries everywhere. You might be able to even see how this is done, where the diode gets connected to the ground plane here. You can kind of see where the little contacts come in from the ground plane into the little solder pad. Those little notches at the side there. I love looking at PCBs and trying to sort of figure out what's been done. But yeah, this is a wonderful little sort of hack job. And I say that in the most complimentary possible way. Yeah, super cool badge. Thank you guys so much. This is such a cool thing to get in the mail. It looks kind of like a Valentine, but I think it's just someone else on our team got one too, and this is just a really thoughtful, wonderful thing to get in the mail. I would love to see if I can reprogram this to do stuff, but at the same time, I kind of really enjoy what it's doing now, so I don't really want to mess with it. So thank you so much. Everyone go check out Makers GDL and Hacker Garage on Twitter and on the internets. And I hope to see you all again someday. It'll be awesome. Thanks for watching.